What are you doing?
So I'm just getting the van level with the remote from our airbags under the van, which is just makes things a lot easier than what we're used to. This is pretty much just the first little bit of a shakedown getaway long weekend for us. Test the van out on a few little features that we've got in it just to make sure it's going to work, and probably even see how the battery system is going to work in these conditions as well. So I might even have the aircon run on and off too. Trialing the van really. There's nothing really special going on here. With the suspension, we've got the XT Cruise Master, and it comes with this wireless remote, which is great. And stand here and basically, I've already fitted this in. So I've got the van level, but it's sitting too low at the front, so I don't really want to unhook the car at the moment, so I might even just put the jack on it and just lift it up. I think it's probably only going to go so high anyway, which will probably lift the back of the car up, which is fine. This jack's rated to, I think, 450 kilos, so yeah. That'll get the van level. I can't be bothered unhooking it on this side because we're only going to be here for 2 nights, I think it is, so yeah. Just come out here to relax and drink beer.
Yeah, and you're probably thinking, why is there a ram towing our van?
Long story.
Yes, we will go through that with you guys a little bit later, so stay tuned. Okay, so first real shakedown weekend, I guess, or couple of days with the new Caravan, and like we said outside, which you would have seen, we're pulling it with a ram at the moment.
Yeah, so a little, I don't really know where to start this, but long story short.
Long story short, it's not our ram.
No, it's not. We didn't buy it.
Yes.
It's my sister's and her husband's.
Yes. Which we're borrowing.
At the moment, and the reason we are borrowing it is we went for a drive down to Dan and Alicia's, which you would have seen us talk about them for those who do follow us full time. They asked us to come down and catch up with those guys and go for a little bit of a trip up the hills into like back of Mount Baw and
Mount Selma,
and just go and check out, because there'd been like a snow dump or leading up to a snow dump up there, and sort of went out for the day and basically done a few little short tracks and had a look at I think it was Thompson Dam or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, like lots of, so Dan and Alicia are obviously locals, grown up in that area, so they were taking us out, giving us a look around like they do every time we go and visit them.
Yeah, we weren't really intending on filming any of this, but we did grab the GoPro out here and there on some of it, not all of it. Wasn't sure whether we'd use the footage or not, and we did take this caravan in the car down to Warragul, and so long story short is we had an accident in the car, and little did we know at the time, like we were all okay, like no one got hurt, but
thank goodness.
I suppose, you know, like this is why you pay insurances and all those sorts of things, but looking back on that now, it is I'm going to swear here, but it's a fucking pain in the ass. Like, it has really, really really stuffed us with our travel plans and what we're doing moving forward, and even just to move around our home area. It's a big inconvenience to all of our friends and family.
Yeah, like we did have plans to go to places while we're back in Victoria, go visit people and catch up with that we met along the way, or just family on, you know, other sides of Victoria. So it's just, living out of our caravan and something happening to our tow vehicle, like it's a huge inconvenience, and it's really put a dampener on our family, I think.
Massively. Like, we're all in a bit of a, I suppose, I know me personally, I'm just so angry at myself at how this has all played out, and none of it's in my control. I can't speed things up, I can't slow things down, I can't give the answers I need to give my kids and Sarah.
And I think...
And it's like, how much is this going to cost? How much is... Like, it's a huge problem.
We've spent, like, a lot of money right at the moment just to get through while we have no car.
Just to explain probably some of those costs, the second that the car was crashed, we didn't really know at the time, like, is it insured? How much is it insured for? Is this a registered road?
Is it a write-off? Are they going to repair it? To
this day, so yes, the car is insured. Yes, the accident happened on Mount Selma Road, right up the top. Yes, the insurance company currently still has the car. No, we don't know anything other than they've deemed it as a write-off at this stage.
But they are getting multiple opinions. We do have a hire car, but that hire car cannot tow our caravan. Like, it's a Mitsubishi Outlander. It can't tow a 4.5 ton caravan. So every time...
Not that I know of, you can't hire a car that has a tow ball anymore through any of the insurance companies for these reasons.
So it's been a nightmare. So after the accident, we went back to our friends down Alicia's, called the insurance company, made a claim. Because we weren't towing the caravan was stuck in Warragul and couldn't get towed home. So we basically drove the hire car home to Swan Hill, stayed in a hotel, and then we got the van towed back up to Swan Hill.
Another cost.
The next day, and then we stayed in a caravan park for 2 weeks, which is another cost, because usually we'd stay with family and friends. But
we didn't want to have to move the car around in the interim, not really caravan. Knowing. Well, the caravan in the interim, not knowing and putting people out. It was like, all right, let's just get it to a park and then stay there and just figure it out every day. But anyway, that was 3 to 4 weeks ago now, and this isn't a pity party. It's just, these are the logistics of what happens when you're in these situations, and honestly
obviously
sucks.
We're in this situation because of all of our own decisions and choices we've made.
Definitely.
It's just, if we get messages from like you guys saying, what are you up to? Where are you going? If our content dies a bit, it's literally because we have no car and we can't leave Victoria. So we feel a bit like doomed, and Victoria's really bad luck at the moment. So
I've even started questioning why, the day we're in Kalgoorlie, why did we come home? Why? Like, I don't know. It's just a car. Like, a lot of you might be sitting there going, oh, don't worry about it, that's what you pay insurance for. Like, I get all that. It's
just being stuck and not being able to move our home around, and leveraging money we didn't really plan on spending.
Like that week, the week of the accident was a $5,000 week. It's like, well, there goes some more money. And a lot of that money I'm never going to get back. Like, it's just like, oh, where does it stop? Where do you draw the line with the outlay of what's going on with that, and just not having the answers, I suppose. in and around the insurance company and what they're going to do with the car. Like, we're happy to get the car back, but we're also, it is what it is if it's a total loss and there's a payout there. Are we underinsured? No, we're not.
Probably on, like, right on par. Like, if we was to buy another 200 and kit it out and build it exactly how we did,
we'd break even.
Break even, maybe even lose money, to be honest.
Yeah, yes and no. Just depends on the market. Like, obviously with the 200 series, they're all sort of, the market still, it's coming off like a hot market with those. So yeah, we'd probably go back into it at this, I reckon, very similar sort of outlay of coin. But in saying that, that is probably one of the hardest decisions that we're now stuck with right now, is what is our tow vehicle? We don't know. Personally, I know myself, has been really struggling with the idea of what it is that the tow vehicle is going to be moving forward.
Obviously, if we get our 200 back,
doesn't matter.
Yay. If it's a total loss, do we stick and buy another 200 and kit that out like our other one, or do we go something that can tow more?
Do we go a chop 200? Probably not, because most of the chops out there don't have the towing capacity of up to 4.5 tonne. We need either a 4 tonne or a 4.5 tonne towing. We can get away with both. We can't do 3.5. The van sits at 3.2 or just under 3.2 as it right now, like as a tear.
Yeah, fully loaded our vans at 3.9. So, do we need to go 4.5 towing? Probably not, but it'd be great to just have maybe that extra weight there just for security.
We could easily, like, if we did go 4.5, I reckon we'd still struggle to get to 4.1 in the van. That would be maxed out.
We don't need to put anything in it.
If there's anything that we would change to the van, we would probably add an extra water tank. Do we need it? No, we don't. But it'd be nice to have it. So
yeah, actually, would probably do that.
Which would get us up to close to be literally the same as our old van. It'd be 520 10 litres of water. So
yeah,
what do you? I don't really know. Like, I honestly don't want to make too many hard decisions with this right now, because we just don't know what's going on, and the kids are actually, it's starting to hurt them now. Like, they want to get on the road, and so do we. And
yeah, the kids just want to leave, and it's really hard because we can't. And like, they're going back to the accident and stuff. Like, the kids are pretty traumatized.
Anyway, let's go all the way back to the accident, because we sort of skipped over that. I was driving, and I don't even really know. It happened so fast, but it was so slow at the same time. Yeah. Basically, from roughly what I remember, is there's a sort of a downhill gradient, probably like that, and sort of, as I crested over the hill and was going the downhill side of it, the back end sort of jumped up over the small crest and sort of skipped sideways, and then as soon as it did that, it pushed me off into the fluffy snow, and underneath that, as after having the crash, there was all green grass. Like, snow and green grass, even ice on grass is just no good. Like, you just slide. So it didn't matter what I did. I was trying to brake, but trying to, like, bring it back at the same time, back onto the main part where everyone was driving. Anything and everything I did, it made the car either go more sideways or just further off the cliff. And I was only doing probably 30, 35 k's an hour at that point, as a guess. But as I was going downhill, it felt like we were getting faster and faster. Yeah. And I was like, if it doesn't crash here and I do save it, the momentum to save it, I would be up to 60 or 70 k's an hour to save it. And then if we get around the corner and there's a straight drop off, which is a very possibility that there could have been, because we didn't go any further. Yeah. It's like, oh, all right, let's what do? You roll the dice with that, or here I am, I'm sitting there going, oh God, like, all right, what's, little did I know at the time, like, it's all right, we've got insurance, it's fine. And then I turn it in, and then there's Louis, like, playing in the snow, because he's first experience.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, look, Louis having a ball, which he was. I was like, I need to just switch off for 5 seconds and just enjoy that time. And he's, yeah, exactly. And that was funny, and everyone's just like, you've just crashed.
Everyone's like, are you okay?
Yeah,
like, you crashed your car. We're like,
I'm just like, I don't care right
Louis
now.
in the snow for the first time ever, and he's so excited.
Yeah, it's like, I didn't care. I don't know.
We're very lucky. We're very, very lucky it happened where it happened, and it wasn't up higher on the mountain where there was just pure straight drop-offs. And then we were lucky we were able to recover the car. So we basically, Dan pulled with a snatch strap.
Yeah, I just got pulled back about 1.5 meters with that. And then the winch done the rest.
Yeah, we winched to the other side of the road.
Full right angle winch, pulled the front around, and then sort of drove, pull, and then just slowly pulled it up and tried not to use the tire, like the wheels, to pull it up, because I feared that it would just keep sliding and do further damage. Like, is the damage on it recoverable, or is it just too far? I didn't know. We didn't care at the time.
No, and like we were just trying to get out of there because we'd blocked the road and there were people coming both directions and cars were piling up, so we had like quite the scene and quite the audience.
It was interesting by the public. Like, some of them were good and other ones were just dicks. Like, on the downhill descent after the accident, basically I got hurled, abused and yelled at and screamed at to slow down, even though 5Ks was still too fast.
Yeah, the kids were like, Kayana
just wanted to. The car was still at that point by no means a stretch of the imagination unroadworthy at all.
We did, so we did drive the car back to Dan Alicia's down the hill.
We called
we called the insurance company and they did say why you shouldn't have drove down, but
it's a Saturday lunchtime.
A tow truck getting up there would have been a nightmare. We had no food on us because we actually planned on going to the pub for lunch and it was cold. We were not going to stay up there for hours with the kids hungry in those conditions waiting for a tow truck. It was just not an option. The car was drivable. Yes, it's pretty smashed up.
Was it the right thing to do at the time? Probably no. It wasn't, but at that time we weren't really willing to leave the kids standing out in the snow for upwards of 3, 4, 5 hours.
We don't know. So we were just like, no.
We'll just take our way down anyway. We basically got all the way back down to Nuji, and by then we were only 20 minutes from their house, and I said, let's just take it the rest of the way. I can't be bothered dealing with tow trucks. We'd have to wait for one to come out and get it.
We literally rolled back into their house at dark and the accident happened at like 12 o'clock in the afternoon. So it took us hours to get back down because Kayana was freaking out and we were driving, like hugging the inside the whole way down, and she's like, get away from the edge, and we're like, we're hugging the inside, like we can't get away from the edge any further, otherwise we'll be up on the mountain.
Changed the way we probably go touring now, that the kids will actually have short to long term, I'd say.
Yeah, which is
issues with driving in the hills now.
Crap, because we used to take the girls to the snow every year, up at Falls Creek and stuff, and Hotham, and so I don't know.
Like, we're being cautious that whole time, and then even when we were driving up there, like there were some sections there where people just hooning around up there, like.
Yeah.
Anyway, well, that's it in a nutshell. We were all okay. It's just, I just didn't realise how much of an inconvenience this is going to be.
Yeah.
Moving forward.
And it's either we're up for a really long wait to get our car repaired, which, could be upwards of 8 to 12 weeks, or we're either rebuilding another car, which obviously will take weeks as well.
That'll be 8 weeks to get that finalised, or we buy another. Yeah, we've got an idea on what we'd like to do on either way this goes. What that is at the moment, I don't know. Like there's no. I've tried so hard to go. Yeah, let's just do this if this happens, but you just don't know what the insurance company's going to do or not do. So I just give it up. I've given up putting energy towards that.
Yeah, and we know we're going to be fairly out of pocket just for trying to survive for the next fair few weeks, either while the car gets repaired or we're up for changing over vehicles and probably out of pocket a fair bit for hanging around here and building a new car. So, yeah, it's definitely, we're feeling like a lose-lose. So we need some type of good thing to happen to us sometimes.
Oh, if the car comes back, it's fine. That's,
it's just the
whatever.
waiting. It's just the waiting for it to be repaired.
Yeah, just anyway, that's enough on all of that. As far as comments in regards to what may or may not come from this episode, is we're okay, we're fine. It's just my error with driving or mechanical error. I don't know. Never going to know. Airbags actually didn't go off in the crash. Don't know how they didn't.
Yeah, that was another thing. How airbags didn't go off.
Another few interesting things that have come out of the insurance policy claim is that if Louis' car seat had to have his seatbelts cut, so we actually have provisions in our policy for a up to $500 replacement
for a car seat.
Car seat for Louis, so he has a new one now.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a heap of little things like that we weren't really aware of, and we'll definitely be making sure we've got things sorted out in our next policy moving forward. But if it is a write-off, like, I don't know how that goes for premiums for me.
Yeah, we're going to be
probably
travelling Australia with a pretty high premium, I think.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll just show you what we get up to here. We've decided just to get out of Swan Hill for just a long weekend or a few days, just to, I don't know, like, just get as a family, because we're just everyone's just sick of not having a car.
Yeah.
That we get back to what we like doing, which is being out in the bush. And I actually work for the people that own this property, and at the moment, while I'm saving a bit of money in the interim, while we figure out what's going on with the car now.
It was literally, okay, he's working because we wanted to cover off on, the changeover of vans.
And now to work for a changeover.
Now it's like, yeah, you're probably going to be working for the changeover of the car. So, or just getting the car back. May as well be working and recouping some money that we're actually losing and having to stay in caravan parks or whatever, so we don't have to move the van around. So
yeah, I've tried to tee up some low cost camping as of the next couple of days for, let's just say, 10 weeks, for example, because that's how long this might take. And we probably won't really be doing any filming or videoing or anything like that. So our YouTube will either fall really far behind and there might be no videos, but there's a reason for that. We have no tow vehicle to go and do them. So it's fine. We're fine. We're all good. The kids are fine.
We might, if we run out of videos, we might throw in some highlights of our trip.
And trust me, there's a lot, because I've been going back through some of the drone footage and I just can't believe some of the stuff we've done.
We've never really gotten the time to actually sit down and talk to you guys about pros and cons of actually travelling as a family.
We might do some of those. The best
camp spots we've been to, pros and cons about busy spots, and there's lots we could talk to people about our own experiences as travelling. So would probably love to share that stuff with you guys. And obviously we get to show you guys around our new caravan.
Yeah.
So that's exciting. We haven't really been able to enjoy it because that happened with the car so suddenly after we got it. But yeah, we can do that too. We can show you around our van.
Yeah, this van's completely different compared to the Lotus. Like, I'm yet to find an issue with the build qualities or anything like
Yeah,
that.
because we were like, okay, before we leave Victoria, we need to nut out, like, we need to have a list for warranty, so get things done before we actually leave Victoria. And I've not got a single thing to put on this warranty list.
I've got one, but it's not really a warranty thing. It's in the screen on the Victron system. I can't read the state. I can see it on my phone, but I can't see it on the screen, and it's not even worth arguing about.
Oh, the
I
battery.
can get it sorted.
The battery status.
I just haven't done it.
And
I could probably do it myself, but I don't want to reset it in the system or anything, so I make a mistake. But at the moment, yeah, we're off grid. We're trialing a few things. One of those is the aircon and the battery system and how that's working and making sure everything's working the way it's supposed to. Currently, right now, it is. It's pulling close to 60 amps. We're getting 30 in from solar and 30 out of the batteries. I'm pretty happy with that.
Yeah.
The peak of the day, we would be negative deficit, which is fantastic. It's what you want. You want to be able to run your aircon from 10 a.m. till 5 and use like 10% of your battery system.
Yeah. So
just little things like that. Trial a few other bits and pieces. Outdoor shower. I haven't tried that yet.
No, yes, we need to try that.
Give the barbecue a bit of a red hot go.
Testing how far we can push this 420 litres as opposed to the 520 we had.
Definitely notice a difference with that.
Yeah, so that's why we're tossing up if the car is a total loss, do we go something that can tow 4.5 and we add another tank? So it's those options we're going to think about moving forward. Obviously, if the car gets repaired, we just stick with what we've got, and because we've literally built this van to match that 4-ton towing on our cruiser. And yeah, just trialing everything. Yeah,
there's only, like, the van's finished. There's one thing we haven't got, which is the stone stomper. As a result of having the accident with the car, the first thing I did was, second thing I did was send Stone Stomper an email and just tell them to stop.
Like just
process
pause our order.
Order. And they said, lucky you've emailed us, because they were going to start it the next couple of days.
Yeah.
So we said we don't know what our tow vehicle is basically, so we can't. There's no point in getting it if we're not getting a 200.
Yeah. So obviously we've paid for it. We just said pause it. And then once we know if that vehicle's going to be a 200 or whether it's written off and we're going to get something else, then we'll get them to make it based on the measurements of the new vehicle.
Yeah. Which is fine. And basically that's it. We will be doing a Caravan review video. I don't think we're both in the frame of mind right now to be doing that. We need some time to find out what's going on with the car.
Yeah.
Not that we don't want to do it. This van's just in immaculate condition. It's everything we need. It's everything the kids want, and yeah, it'll be fine. We'll get it done. So yeah, stay tuned, and we'll want to put some snippets up now of what we get up to while we're in this specific spot.
Run, go, run. Run.